people on podcasts who are really good at business or good at technology or good at finance, and they don't know shit about fitness. And they're just talking out of their ear hole about what is good for New Year's resolutions and getting fitter and all this stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Bulletproof for BJJ podcast. It's that time of year, people, and you need a home gym. Now, what do you need in a home gym? There's a lot of people out there, they've got a bit of space, living room, garage. They need a setup so they can get their lifts in at home. And this is an important topic to make sure you get set up right.
Home gym doesn't work for everyone.
No.
Just going to say that. If it doesn't work for you, disregard. However, this package would be the starting point of a bigger gym.
Yeah.
So say you've you run an academy and you got a bit of space. This is going to be the starting point of that too.
True.
Or I don't know, you want to, I don't know.
No, I see that.
Right, but yeah, so it's like you may not want to have a gym in your garage. And I think that if you train at a gym, you go to a gym, then, you know.
Look, I'll put it out there.
Keep it there.
If you're a real man, you don't keep your car in the garage. That's where you keep your man stuff. That's your man cave. That's where you keep, tools. That's where you keep, your carving, all that stuff. Your weights.
Flint.
Right.
Yep.
Sculptures.
Spearheads that you've been working on.
Yeah.
Maybe not complete yet, but
Yeah.
they're coming along.
Yeah, your
Spare axe handles.
compound bow,
Actually.
Yeah. You've got your big freezer full of elk,
Yep.
whatever it might
That's
be.
it. You got your pellet grill supplies.
You got man shit in that garage. Jokes. So what are we going to do? What is the number one thing we feel people need to have in setting up their home gym?
Well, okay. Space efficiency, cost efficiency.
Yes.
We're like, all right, what are the bare minimums?
Yeah.
First piece, love, pull-up bar.
Yeah, definitely. And look, for most people, if you're out there, if you live in an apartment, and plenty of people do, I do, the doorway pull-up bar is very good.
Sufficient.
And very economical. Like you can get one for probably less than $100, and it's also it's not going to destroy the door frame. So whether you have the counterbalance one, so usually it sits with the door frame. Usually there's a bit of timber either side, and so it can sit on that side. And when you pull on this side, it pulls hard, so it's not going to fall on you, which is key. But for those of you out there who don't have door frames, you can get the kind of extendable bits that sit out. And I would recommend that you do actually get the ones with the bit of bracket that you screw into there. People are like, I want to get my bond back. I'm like, no, because there are some that you don't. Yep. And I've seen some epic fail videos.
There are some good fail videos.
So definitely getting the indoor frame pull-up bar is key.
I'm going to say absolutely. If you are, if it's your place and it's a bit more of a permanent thing, something that I've been waiting to do at my place is to actually get, I'm gonna wait because we're doing a little renovation.
Nice.
So we're gonna paint and shit. Once that's done, I'm going to decide where we can actually just have a bar.
Nice.
And I'm going to go to a steel fabricator.
Yes.
And I'm going to say, build this to this to my dimensions. Spec. And then I'm going to get it powder coated so it's white or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But just if you got brick walls, which we got brick walls, you can just bolt straight into that sucker.
You can.
And there's no reason why you can't make a nice kind of modern, low profile, thing that sort of doesn't look like anything until you're banging out fucking one-arm pull-ups on that shit.
Boom, nice.
Yeah, and somewhere too where the kids can access it.
Yeah, that's cool. That's definitely cool. And
that would be next level, of course.
Yeah, and the thing is, you might be saying to yourself, well, I can't do pull-ups. So what's a pull-up bar mean to me? I think this leads in nicely to another thing. I mean, you can hang, because hanging is part of it.
Yep.
Doing hanging knee raises, toes to bar, these are all really good elements of a pull-up bar. But then also, this leads us to rings.
Yes.
One of the things, it was a bit of a minor stipulation that people say, in your home gym program, you got ring stuff. I ain't got no rings. I can't hang them anywhere. If you have the pull-up bar in there, you can use that to affix your rings, and that then unleashes a potential of exercises that you wouldn't otherwise have.
Absolutely. Yeah, the ring's $50, $60 on Amazon.
Yeah.
That's Aussie bucks. So for the US fam, damn, you guys are sitting pretty right now.
You get it cheaper.
But yeah, rings, got to have them. They enable you to, if you think of the pull-up bar as being a fixed height, you hang some rings from it, Now you've got handles that are at any height you like.
Yes.
So it opens up all these different exercises. Yeah, if you can't do pull-ups yet, you're going to build towards that with the rings, right? The other thing that you can do with the rings, maybe you don't want to put a pull-up bar in your house, but if you had a tree branch,
sure,
which some people just don't, but if you had a tree branch or something you could hang them from, then the rings take care of the whole pull-up bar situation.
Yeah.
Just hang your rings up and it's job done.
Yeah, definitely. Like, yeah, if you have any kind of horizontal supporting beam, you'd say if it's a supporting beam, it would be strong enough to hold your weight, we hope. Hopefully we're not collapsing anyone's roof.
Like at my parents' house, they got a little
awning? Or?
Yeah, over the porch.
Yeah.
And it's just got, timber beams. And then we've just put rings up over that. And one hangs a bit higher than the other.
Sure.
But they've been used for years.
Yeah.
Kids swing on them. I do workouts on them when I'm there. Mum and dad use them.
Yeah.
But even if you might be in an apartment and there might be a spot where, say, you could access imagine the floor above you on an outside balcony.
Yeah.
And it's got uprights for the fencing.
Sure.
And you could string your rings around that and hang them off the front of the veranda.
Yeah, you definitely can.
Get creative with that shit.
I mean, some people will even get, they'll put it, if they live in an apartment, depending on how strict the rules are from the body corporate, you might not be able to work out in your parking space. They might come down and be like, that's not allowed for whatever weird reason. I've seen many people with the kind of dip pull-up bar arrangement, like a mini rig, like a standalone. They've got the dip bars on the one side, and then the pull-up bar on the other side, and they just have it on their balcony.
Yep.
And that doesn't interfere with your living space or anything like that. And
you get jacked, everyone on the street can watch
and
you.
they can rep, they can know.
Boss.
Believe that.
That's right.
And so, I think the other underestimated thing about rings is when you start incorporating push-up, like if you do a push-up on rings, or you're doing any work where you're prone or you're doing a dip, the amount of core work and stability work's going mental. It's inbuilt.
Yeah.
More so than just typical bodyweight movements. And don't get me wrong, huge value in all of those, but you have to add the rings in there. It just adds a next level to your ability to get strong without having heaps of weights and all that other kind of business. So rings.
Slab.
Pull-up bar, rings, good times.
Yeah, they're the first two items you're going to purchase. What's next there?
People say, what's your secret, JT? Why are your muscles so pumped? Why are you so strong on the mats? Is it the secret sauce? No, it's not. It's hydration, my friends. I every day am using Sodi, Sodii. I use it in the morning first thing, usually when I have my creatine, and I also have it before training. I'll dilute a sachet into about 500, 600 mils of water, and it just keeps me going. I don't get headaches, I don't get cramps, and I don't get tired as quickly. So this is the sachet version. They also have tubs, which is really good too, and they have awesome flavors. This is my favorite, which is salty grapefruit. They have their citrus, they've got pineapple, they've got so many good flavors. It's definitely worth checking out. So you, my friends, if you would like to be better hydrated, feel pumped, feel strong, get on the real magic sauce, which is Sodi. You can get a 15% discount when you use discount code bulletproof15, sodi.com.au. You got to get some kettlebells, my friends. Now, we've talked about this a lot, but part of the reason why I say this is they are economical, they don't break, and basically they give you the most options in one tool. So I love me some dumbbells, I love me some barbells, they are all awesome. But the thing about a kettlebell is you have literally 2, 3, 4 different variations of any exercise you can do in that one tool. And that's awesome. There's not many things where, because a 10 kilo dumbbell is a 10 kilo dumbbell. You can't really deny that. And once you're strong enough with a 10 kilo dumbbell, the only way to really progress that is to get heavier dumbbells.
Yeah.
But with a kettlebell, because it is this odd shape, you can change the way you hold it, bottoms up, palm. It actually makes it dramatically harder over time. So that one kettlebell, that can last you 6 months to a year as opposed to just 1 or 2 months.
Yeah. True, it becomes a family heirloom. You'll pass that shit on to your children.
True, it'll hold many doors open.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, if you were like, look, I got a few dumbbells already.
Sure.
Then there's an argument for, we'll just use them.
Yeah.
And maybe get a couple more. But if you're starting with nothing, strongly agree that kettlebells do offer more variety. And you would start with what? We'd say start with 3.
Yeah, I'd say you want a light, a medium, a heavy. or depending on your level of experience, you go a light, 2 medium, and a heavy. So that looks different for everybody. But generally, I will get anyone who I'm starting to train just to start with an 8 kilo just to learn the technique. But once somebody's learned all the major kettlebell techniques, they'll be ready for a bit more weight.
So if you're at the lighter end of that spectrum, would it be fair to say get yourself like an 8, 12, and a 16?
Correct. Yep.
And then if you're feeling a little bit stronger than that, you could go 12, 16, 20.
24 maybe.
24. And then if you're feeling like, look, I got a bit of experience here. I've hoisted some shit around. Might be 16, 24.
Or 32.
32.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good split, right?
Yep.
And the beauty is like, if you go at the beginning of that package, 8, 12, 16, and then a year from now, you're like, I need heavier kettlebells. Those lighter ones are always going to be useful.
Yeah.
Like you're going to be learning new exercises with them.
Warm-ups.
Your friends are going to use them. Like
drop sets too. Like when you get fatigued,
100.
you can go back down.
Yeah. Like it makes sense for you to flesh out the kit over time.
Yeah. And the truth is they're actually, it's pretty easy if you only have a small space to just have them in the corner.
Yeah.
Like we got 5-6 kettlebells at my place, and they, when Ola's not using them or I'm not using them, they just sit in the corner and they don't, it's not like a barbell and a platform
Stack of plates.
No, you literally you can just push the coffee table back and hit it up in the living room if you need.
Yeah, we got 5, maybe 6 kettlebells sitting in the garage, and we took them with us traveling.
Nice.
Chucked a couple in the car.
Yeah.
Chucked a couple of dumbbells in for me, and that was what I used for a couple of workouts. So best investment.
Yeah,
and we're still talking, right? Like for 3 kettlebells, you're still talking less than what, $250?
Depending on like which brand you get. You can get cheaper ones, you can get more expensive ones. At the end of the day, I generally recommend people get the competition ones because the shape is uniform.
Consistent.
But you don't have to do that. So if you just get some cast iron kettlebells, the only thing you got to be careful of is like rust.
Yeah.
They're usually powder coated, some description. But yeah, you can get a 12 kilo kettlebell for probably less than $50. So that's very economical.
My only advice with all such things is to buy once, cry once.
Yeah, buy the better.
Get the expensive one.
Get the better.
If you're going to buy something that's going to be in your life for a very long time.
10, 20 years.
Which a metal ball with a welded handle.
Yeah.
Like that's not like it's a cast iron. Like it's cast in one piece. That shit's not going anywhere for long.
No.
If you buy a cheap one, you're going to look at that thing every few months and go, I wish I bought a good one.
It's a bit shitty. Yeah.
That rubber coated thing I got from Rebel Sport or whatever the local sports supply store is in your part of town.
Definitely.
Whereas if you like spend, I don't know, an extra 40% and you get one that you're like, that's premium.
I love it.
You're always going to love it.
Yeah, because you feel a sense of satisfaction in not only using it because of the utility, but aesthetically it looks nicer.
Yeah.
And so you can appreciate that. So yeah, for all our American cousins, I recommend King's kettlebells.
Kings.
Yeah, they are more expensive, but they are awesome.
I mean, America's also got all the CrossFit brands too, don't they?
Yeah, I mean Rogue and then there's a lot of different brands that
they're all great quality.
Yeah, generally pro or competition kettlebells are best.
Yep.
Now, next step, bands.
Need a few bands.
Got these bands, boy. So I'm going to recommend, now we're talking about the kind of 1 meter loops of latex.
Yep.
Now, obviously you can get mini bands for like booty stuff and adjacent exercises. But if we're talking about stuff that you can use to help you get stronger, I'm going to recommend that you have probably 2 mini bands. So they're usually about kind of 5-6 mil wide. And they have varying colors depending on what company you go to. And then have a singular kind of medium band and then one heavier band.
Yep.
Depending. And this will give you, not only can it add as resistance for you to get stronger, it can also add as assistance, which can make certain movements easier.
Yep.
That's how I usually have my band kit. How about you, Joe?
I'm the same. Yeah, if I'm honest, the bands that I really use are the like extra small one.
Yep.
Often red, or the small, which is black, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of it. But I like to have one of each, set of 3 or 4. And I mean, those things last you for a good few years before they need replacing, huh?
Yeah, definitely. And that's the thing. They're great for warm-ups. They're great for accessory exercises. And you can just use them by themselves if you've got a fixed point. Generally, you need a pole of some sort.
Yeah. I mean, it's handy. Like pull-up bars, one good fixed point, then it's handy to have something that's at around eye level and something that's kind of lower.
Yeah, kind of high, medium, low point.
Again, like fence railings, stair railings, like they're always really good places to load such things. Maybe it's like a heavy table or something. You fix it to a leg.
True, and some websites out there, I'll have a hunt around to see if I can find it. Iron Mind might have one, but they have a fixed point. So it's like a knot or something on this side, a strap, and you can shut it in the door, like a door jam, and then it's a loop. And so you've got this loop, and it's just fixed because it's shut in the door.
Yeah, that's
and you
nice.
can put it at any height. Yeah. They're usually cheap. They're usually like $10.
Yeah.
So if you can get that, that'll definitely help you with that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But last but not least, I'm excited.
Why's that?
We have an apparel sponsor, Parry Athletic.
Bro, George came through, messaged us on the Instagram, said he's been following our program for ages. He's getting stronger and more mobile. And he's got this cool gear company called Parry, and he wants to send us some stuff.
And he told me that his mission was to create the best pair of training shorts ever.
Yeah, he wanted something that he could lift and roll in, and that could accommodate thick, muscular thighs and hips.
And that suits us.
Speaks to us.
Also, what I like is I love the colorful design. It actually looks really cool.
I am the most colorful dude on the mats these days, hands down.
I think the thing that I've loved about it is just it feels good. It feels good. It looks good. And you, ladies and gentlemen, can get a discount when you go to checkout. If you go to parryathletics.com, put in the code bulletproof20 and you get 20% off. Oh, yeah. A bench. You need a bench of some sort because you can do step-ups with that bad boy. You can do some bench press if you dare.
Yeah.
But then also you can do
pistols,
split squats, rows, all kinds of things. You can invert your push-up, put your feet on the bench, or take it the other way, make it a bit easier. Do the push-up on the bench, feet on the ground.
Yeah, use it for your mobility training, like thoracic stuff,
Definitely.
pigeon work. I love the idea of like an adjustable full-body bench.
Sure.
But I don't think you need, like, I'm thinking just like a plyo box.
Yeah.
You know, which they're small, right? They're like, I don't know, 40 centimeters by 40.
Yeah,
like,
so it
that's
doesn't
adequate in my opinion.
It doesn't have to be a bench in the traditional sense of a bench you lie down on to do bench press on. It could be a plyo box. And there's lots of options around that, right?
Yeah, there is. They take up less space. It's also the utility. Like if you say you're a bit earlier on in the pull-up journey and you want to be working on chest to bar holds or eccentrics, generally you're going to need a bench that lay to jump up to the bar. So that's super fucking handy. I mean, this gym here, my gym, we've got 2 sets of plyo benches.
Yeah.
We do bench press in this gym. We've used those plyo benches for that forever.
Yeah.
Like I would say those things, they're so cheap. They've been like...
No, so the plyo box, it really got its fame through CrossFit because people are doing box jumps. But the cool thing about it is it's 3-in-1.
Yeah.
You got 3 heights. If you lie it down on its side, it's lower. You sit it up.
I'm talking about those metal ones though.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah.
The steel benches.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, they're like it's a plyo box, but it's metal frame.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have like a higher, a medium, and a lower.
Yeah.
And they are invincible.
Like, and you can just, there's so many uses for them.
Yeah.
And they're such cheap pieces of shit that never die.
They don't. How old are they? Like 10 years. They're
Dude, the original black set that we got, we inherited from the gym that we originally purchased.
Oh, wow.
And they probably inherited it from
their father's father.
Post-war Russia. Like,
they're still going.
Yeah. We really need to upgrade them, but they're so fucking handy.
They are. But the argument I was going to make here for, say, like a wooden, or you don't even have to get a wooden plyo box now. You can get like kind of foam and latex
vinyl.
sealed ones, which are kind of nicer if you're doing box jumps and you shin it. It won't.
You know, the only thing I'm a fan about those
okay.
is because they're kind of light, it's easy to come as you
Skim
jump
them
to kick them and they actually move. Or you land on it and they're not that sturdy.
Right.
But they also don't destroy your shins, so it's pros and cons.
And also don't scratch the shit out of your floor. If depending on your living situation, you've got to go with it. But the reason I was going to make the argument for the plyo box per se is it is a 3-in-1.
Yes.
So it's kind of like a low, a medium, and if you stand it on its end, a higher amount.
Yeah.
So then there's versatility there for you.
Absolutely.
And for those of you out there who are like, look, I don't have a lot of money, there's actually not a lot of money in this in terms of all up your cost on this. It should be less than $500.
Yeah, like pull-up bars under 100, Rings are under 100, bands under 50, bench under 100.
Potentially.
So kettlebells, a few hundred.
A few hundred. So you're looking at about $500. But I know a lot of people out there who've invested $1,000 plus in a rowing machine.
Yeah.
Or $750
or you bought the Peloton thing.
Yeah. Or, $3,500 or whatever.
Or you got a gym membership that you haven't used for 6 months.
Or people have a tonal or whatever. And look, the thing is, I'm not saying this because I'm hating on those other things. I'm just saying if you look at how much you spent on them and the utility you get from them, the cost per use is terrible, you know? But with these things, they will last and you'll get a lot of use out of them, whether you're a beginner or you're advanced.
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter. This is something which is bang for your buck, my friends. You need to get this in your life. And why? Because if it's there, you don't have the excuse of, I can't go to the gym. It's right there.
Yeah.
The kettlebells are staring at you. Hey, bro, we love you. Just pick us up. We'll make you stronger, bro. Just get with us. Come on, it's a party. You want it. You know you want it, right? And that's the thing. It's there. You stare at, you're like, man, I should. It's just there. It's so simple. I think the thing that's been pissing me off, I've been listening to a lot of these people on podcasts who are really good at business or good at technology or good at finance, and they don't know shit about fitness. And they're just talking out of their ear hole about what is good for New Year's resolutions and getting fitter and all this stuff. And it's all bullshit. They don't know what the they're talking about. They're not fit. They've never adapted a new habit. They're just good at what they do. And that's cool. I listen to them for money advice or other stuff. But as somebody who's been helping people get fit and strong my whole career, the people who had it, who made it convenient for themselves, they were more successful. Yeah. We're all humans. You know, we always make excuses. You know, we all do it. But if it's right there and it's accessible, it does lower the barrier to entry. It makes it easier to form the habit. And once you got the habit, you got momentum, and away you go.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say, too, if you really want to keep this frugal, jump on Gumtree or Amazon, Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
And you'll find all this shit secondhand.
Yeah, and you can get some really awesome shit secondhand.
Totally.
Yeah, I think that the thing is, it takes a little bit of thought. But we have a home gym program. So it's like, if you are like, I don't want to think too much, like the reason why I do Peloton is it's done for me. Our living room warrior workout, it takes care of that.
Yeah, there's absolutely no equipment required.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about that a lot. I would love to build a home program based on this package.
Yes.
You know, that's like, all right, you got to have this $500 package.
Yeah.
You know, because it just opens up so much more stuff. But yeah, if you don't, I mean, arguably, if you've got this package, you can do standards for the most part.
Do the kettlebell program?
Kettlebell program.
Yep.
Yeah, like you've really got access to
You could probably come pretty close to doing swole as well with a few modifications.
Yeah, right. Maybe with a barbell tossed in there.
Yeah. Is there any little nice to haves that you would add to that, Joe, that you feel, obviously this is the core, but if someone could just chuck something else in there, like for your own personal preference?
You know, I'm thinking about my home gym, and I guess the other thing that I have on top of that is a barbell.
Yep.
And we've got 120 kilograms worth of plates.
Oh, nice.
And I, to be honest, feel like that's complete.
Yeah.
You know, the only thing I would add actually is some floor mats.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
you know, to go, all right, well, let's get 6 of these one by one.
Yeah.
To kind of.
So you're not worried about dropping a kettlebell? Or
Yeah, and you kind of carve out a space and that's my little gym zone.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else that I would want to have. What about you?
Funny you asked, Joe. I really appreciate you asking me for my opinion. A motherfucking sandbag. That's what I'm talking about. No, I'll be honest. I used to think, just kettlebell. But having done the lockdown thing and having a couple sandbags in there, that made the difference for me. And yeah, it's the same kind of deal. Stackable, sits in the corner, very low maintenance, very easy.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're into that, you could add that. But I think that puts a pin in it.
Boom, there it is. If you want help with your training, you want to know about the home program, whatever, jump onto the app, man. It's all there, bulletproof@bjj.com. Start training, get the first week for free. If you want help from us in terms of setting up your home gym, whatever, you just come at us through the community group.
Yep.
We'll give you some help with that shit. If you're a gym owner and you're like, I would actually like to have a little gym set up in my academy and help my students. Well, we have options for that too, where your students can actually get access to our programs. So come at us if you want help with that.
Love to.
Boom, boom.
Awesome. Thank you.
See you guys next time.
Peace, guys.